Hey, what's going on, everybody? I wanted to do a quick review on what I think is the best off-road electric skateboard, at least for the value for the price that is on the market right now. But before I get started, there is a link below this video. If you click that link, it'll take you to the website that you see on the screen for the board that I'm currently talking about. You could browse around while I'm talking, or you could wait until I'm finished and then click the link after. But the board that I'm talking about is basically the xcountryboard 4S, or it's also called the X4S. There is also a version called the X2S, which is the two-wheel drive. But if you're thinking about getting this, you probably want to go with the four-wheel drive because it provides like much more powerful or intense acceleration, and it has more torque. And the acceleration on it is very nice. So if you were to get the two wheel, you would probably regret it because the four wheel drive is a much better driving experience. It's just feels more powerful. All right. People kind of compare this board to the bajaboard. Well, they don't kind of compare it; they do compare it to the bajaboard. But this is basically like a more affordable version. But this board is actually wider. It's a foot wide. It's about a foot wide, and it's also taller. It's 6.1 inches, which is 2.6 inches taller than the any of the competition. So, or their leading competition, the bajaboard. So that makes a very big difference when you're driving because it's a lot easier to get over obstacles. And since it's an off-road board, you'll be experiencing those type of obstacles continuously. So it just makes the experience better. It also has 10-inch wheels, which makes the experience better as well. The driving experience more comfortable, and you're able to like the transition from say smooth pavement to off-road is very comfortable. It doesn't feel shaky at all, like you're going to fall off the board. So that's due to the 10-inch wheels, and it also has rims. Not made of plastic or hard plastic or anything like that. They're made out of forged aviation aluminum, so they're very durable. So, and the axles and the frame are also made out of forged aluminum, and the board itself has been crash tested. So it's a very durable board. You know, it can get banged up and you won't really see any damage. It won't bend or anything like that. And that's one thing that it does have over the bajaboard is the fact that the frame is made out of forged aluminum, but it's hollowed aluminum, so it's not that heavy, even though it's made out of very strong material. Also, each wheel has independent suspension, which means that something happening to one wheel doesn't affect the other three wheels, which also makes for the ride to be much easier and makes handling all types of terrains much easier as well. Also, each wheel has its own brakes, and the brakes are very good. You can literally stop in the middle of a hill. It also has a curved surface on the top of the board, which makes turning easier. And both front and back wheels turn when you turn. All right, so the steering kind of it basically simulates skiing or like snowboarding, I believe. So it simulates that. It has that type of controlling experience. So yeah, so you can imagine what that's like. The board also has like different steering holes, so it allows the range of motion to be extended. So it gives you like a turning radius of 130 centimeters up to 230 centimeters. And the top board for the speed, you can adjust that with the remote. There's a wireless remote that comes with it. You can adjust that up to 27 miles per hour. All right, so it feels very fast. It might even sound intimidating, but like the board is designed for beginners and pros. So they have a mode that's like the beginner mode, which is about 3 miles per hour, and you typically get the hang of it and can increase the speed to a much higher speed, typically within one day. That it's kind of like when if you've ever ridden one of those hoverboards, you know, when you first get on it, you're very wobbly, but by the end of the day, you can do circles and zoom back and forth and that type of stuff. So once you get the hang of it, it's real easy. Also, the board, for some reason, it feels like you're being held to the board when you're riding, so you feel very sturdy and stable. So yeah, so there's not so if it sounds intimidating, 27 miles an hour, you know, if you're new to this or whatever, like I am, You know, if you're new to this, then it's not really anything to be afraid of. Although they recommend that you be 14 if you're riding the board. No one under 14. That's what they suggest. You know, it's not like written in stone or anything, but that's their suggestion. The hill climb of the board is a 30% grade, and it keeps its speed very well. You could go even higher than that, to be honest with you, but what you're riding on matters a lot. So if it's like sand and you're going above 30%, that's probably not a good idea, you know, because it's not really built for that. But it keeps a very good speed when you're going up the hill, and if the grade is higher, you probably just go a little slower, but it keeps the power going up. That's the most important thing. Sometimes you'll feel like it's not going to make it, but typically it does as long as you keep it within that grade. Let me see. What is the other thing that I wanted to say? I'm trying to remember. Oh, also, you can ride on snow, grass, gravel, all that type of stuff, like real rocky ground, like with not like pebbles, I mean actual rocks. It has no problem with that type of stuff. Sand, steps, you know, all that stuff, and it's a very comfortable transition. You can also ride in reverse using the power button, double tapping the power button. Let me see. The battery life is something that people were also concerned about. The battery life is 14 to 16 miles. That's how long it lasts on a paved road. When it comes to like hills and rocks and stuff, it's about 9.5 miles, sometimes 10, depending. And I mean, like if you're doing off road, you know, not if you're going to encounter a couple of hills or whatever, but if you're going to go off road. Also, you can see the battery on your remote, so it's not, you know, it's not going to just die on you, kind of like how the hoverboards would have or whatever. It's not just going to die on you. And you also get a notification. The remote vibrates when it gets to around 20%, so it lets you know. And from that point, you should probably head back. If you came in a vehicle or whatever, you should probably start to head back, because for some reason, after 20%, once it gets to 20%, it dies pretty quick. So you might want to keep your eye on it, you know, at around 30%, so you can start planning. But you can also bring as many batteries as you want, because it's very easy to detach the batteries and replace it with another one, and you don't need any tools. So you could just like bring extra batteries in the backpack or whatever and continue to ride, you know, and you know how much further you can go. The wireless remote itself, the charge lasts pretty long. It's I think the way it's calculated is it lasts around 4 battery changes for the board. Okay, so that's the best way to look at it, and it only takes around 30 minutes to recharge it, 30 to 40 minutes to get a full charge. As far as the weight capacity for the board, that's up to 264 pounds. Up to 264 pounds. And also there is a spring preload that you can adjust. So depending on your weight, you can adjust the shock absorption, so it makes the ride more comfortable for you. So they have that option as well. And the board itself is 42 pounds, but it is extremely portable because it has handles on, I believe either end there is a handle. So it makes it very portable. And it's not waterproof, it's water resistant. So that's another thing people wanted to know. So like if you're if you want to use it for commuting to work or whatever, or maybe grocery shopping, and you're wondering if you can ride it in the rain, it is water resistant but not waterproof. Okay, so it's I believe it's like 55. The rating was 55. So it's water resistant, not waterproof. So you want to keep that in mind when you're riding it in water. It can take like maybe splashing through a puddle or something like that, but you definitely don't want the board submerged in water for any amount of time. So yeah, keep that in mind when you're riding it. So like I said, there is a link below this video. If you click that link, it'll take you to their website, and you can at the moment, actually, while I'm recording this, we're still wrapping up the holiday season, but they have a 46% off discount. But the link below, so you'll be able to get it for $2,000 instead of $3,700. But the link below this video is a promo link. So whenever they're having a promo, you'll be able to use that link to get the current promotions or whatever. So Yeah, so keep that in mind. Thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you enjoy your board, and let me know in the comments about your experience so that other people can also, hear what you have to say and make their decisions as well. All right, thank you for watching. Have a good one.